Marilyn Hacker's poem, The Boy, first appeared in the Bread Loaf anthology of contemporary American poetry in 1999. The poem is written in 8 rhyming stanzas and explores the roles of gender, race, and writing in shaping identity. Let's see the summary of the poem. In the first stanza of The Boy, the narrator questions who it is looking out of the window. The boy in me suggests another identity or way of seeing of which the narrator is becoming aware. The gender of the narrator is not clear at this point. What is clear is the assumption that one's gender influences the way that one sees the world, the things to which one pays attention. In the second stanza, the narrator continues questioning the gender of the boy inside her, wondering if he would have responded differently to his taunters if he were a girl. The last line alerts readers to the fact that the narrator is in the process of composing a piece of writing, possibly a school exercise on a fairy tale or book about World War II. The poem becomes more transparently self reflexive in the third stanza. The boy mentioned in the opening stanza is now the one crossing out words in the second. The homework he is doing includes writing the words the rain, the linen mender, which refer to the images in the first stanza. The last sentence runs over into the next stanza and explicitly states what the previous stanzas have illustrated: the boy's dawning awareness of what it means to be a boy. The absence of gender refers to the way that the young boy is not aware of himself as a boy, and the privilege of gender refers to the ways in which boys, as opposed to girls, often do not have to think of themselves as boys but are nonetheless socially rewarded for simply being male. The speaker continues attempting to describe the character of the boy inside her, who resembles someone on the edge of puberty. That he is unmarked does not mean that he is neutered or without sexuality, but rather that he feels himself in the moment sexually undefined, ungendered. He experiences a moment of self-awareness when the boys in the park taunt him, calling him Jew. In the fifth stanza, the speaker describes the book The Boy in Her, which is making observations and writing a story read about World War II. Partisans refer to the organized resistance to Nazi occupation. The speaker makes the point that the story of the war continues a warning, but the nature of the warning is unclear. It is a code to the young boy who is just learning what it means to be a boy and a Jew. The sixth stanza describes the boy's appearance. They refers to the Nazis, and the thing they know is that the boy is Jewish. In asking if the partisans have sons or grandparents in his story, the speaker is speculating about the story the boy, who is an alter ego of the speaker, is writing. The speaker wonders which identity, Jewish or male, is stronger. The eighth stanza returns to the image of the boy looking out the window in the first stanza. The person who will never be a man is the speaker speaking as the poet, that is Marilyn Hacker, referring to herself as a boy and in the third person. The boy's last act in the poem is crossing something out that he just wrote. Puberty is a chaotic time full of powerful and new emotions, bodily changes, and self-reflection. The boy describes someone in the midst of such changes, which include a budding awareness of the boy's sexuality and cultural identity. The boy, however, is also in someone else who is similarly questioning her identity, testing the limits of her own self-reflection. The twining of these two personas creates a challenging poem for readers, especially beginning poetry readers, to comprehend. One device that helps readers is the order of the poem, the regular meter and consistent rhyme scheme. The form of the poem helps shape and contain the whole of changing pronouns, the movement between imagined selves, and offers readers a way to consider their own relationship to the outside world and to their own identities. Hacker demonstrates the power of writing to do more than simply record the details of the physical world. She uses it as a tool to investigate the social construction of gender and ethnicity. Social constructionism is a school of thought that claims categories such as gender and sexuality stem from cultural influences and not from essential features of a person's biology or psychology. By assuming the character of a young boy just coming into knowledge of what it means to be a boy and Jewish, Hacker also assumes how the boy sees and interprets his environment. She tempers her description of his appearance. He has short hair, a red sweatshirt, with speculation about his history. In his story, do the partisans have sons? Have grandparents, underscoring his future as possibility rather than destiny. The shifting pronouns in the poem and the boy's constant revision of his writing highlight the speaker's identification with the boy's way of knowing and seeing and emphasizes the fluidity of gender roles. Social constructionism is heavily influenced by anthropological cultural relativism, and its roots can be found in the thinking of postmodernists such as Julia Kristeva, Derrida, and Foucault. Hacker wrote her poem at the end of the 20th century when human identity is a question to be explored rather than a problem to be solved. Traditional categories of identity, such as race and gender, are no longer as stable as they once appeared to be. In America, sex change operations are increasingly common. More states recognize same sex unions, and scientists argue that at root there is no real distinction among the races. University programs in gender studies, which draw on feminist scholarship but also study masculinity in historically specific ways, are gaining in popularity, and many of the assumptions that people once had about the psychological and biological roots of gender are being challenged and disproved. The boy in the speaker is both a product of the speaker's imagination and a reflection of a part of herself that she is exercising. The melding of the speaker's and the boy's identity in the last stanza illustrates the mysterious nature of gender. Characterization refers to the ways in which poets and writers develop characters. Techniques include describing a character's physical appearance, the way they behave and talk, and how they think. Hacker creates the character of the boy largely through describing his thought processes and through melding those thought processes with those of the narrator. The physical description of the boy, he has short hair, a red sweatshirt, is minimal, but along with the way he responds to others who taunt him and how he begins to ponder his own cultural and ethnic heritage, it contributes to creating an image of a boy just coming into knowledge about himself and his place in history and the world.